Now, this World History Project is about slavery. You may be asking, what is slavery? Well, slavery is the term used for someone who's put to work, usually in labor, without their consent. They will usually be paid very little or nothing at all. The biggest slave trade one of the biggest slave trades that existed was the West African slave trade that took place around West Africa, as shown here. The slaves were taken from West Africa and shipped to the Americas, North America and South America. This happened because of what I and others call the triangle trade. The triangle trade pretty much had slaves shipped to the Americas. Then the Americas produced sugar, tobacco, and other grown goods to Europe. And then Europe would pretty much sell manufactured goods to Africa, and this will just continue to repeat. Europe was able to benefit quite well. They got a bunch of new products, tobacco, all that good stuff. This brought more and more money to Europe, and both business owners and countries grew their wealth slowly and effectively. Slavery was not good at all. There were many who died due to slavery. This image shows a slave ship that is most likely going to the Americas. This shows the inhumane conditions that slaves were put through on the journey. They had to stay together with everyone in a packed space with unsanitary conditions. Many slaves died due to this. Other slaves died from hard labor, constantly working, doing whatever their masters told them to do. And some of them were even killed. A lot of bad things happened due to slavery. And slavery didn't only affect the slaves, but because of the incompetence of the people who bought them and used them, they got what they deserved, in my opinion. The main big thing they got from slavery was the revolts and revolutions. This happened all throughout the Americas, and many whites died due to the slaves. This image is most likely from the Haitian Revolution, where the slaves revolted against the owners. Other revolts spread across the Americas and turned into a massive blood fest for both slaves and the owners. Another big event that was due to slavery was the American Civil War. The South wanted to own slaves, the North didn't, so they fought over it and many died. Including in this was multiple battles that led to thousands of dead. The worst thing is, this is still happening nowadays. Modern day slave trafficking. There's a good way to end this, in my opinion. I think some good ways is, first of all, more police enforcement. If the police try and find the slaves that are out of the government's eye, they can slowly crack down on this and save others' lives. Save their lives, make them happy, all good. They need to enforce more areas and try and look more into it and end slavery in the countries once and for all. And if there's slavery existing in countries that are not your home country, what I think the government can do is they can denounce the other countries that turn a blind eye to the slaves. If they turn a blind eye, they deserve to get punishment. This is what I believe. So overall, slavery was not good. Europeans were the main ones who benefited from it. They gave away manufactured goods to West Africa. West Africa shipped slaves to the Americas to supply Europe with more goods. Violence was due to slavery. Many slaves died, many of the owners died, and there are still some slaves, modern day slaves today, and the governments of all around the world need to work on it. That has been my presentation. Thank you for your time.